For the last 8 years, I've been using this €1,000 wireless Sennheiser IEM G3 system. And in this video, I want to tell you why I would consider using this €35 Behringer Powerplay P2 instead. Wait, hold on. So you're saying this actually sounds good? Yep, but it says Behringer on it. But they're cheap. What if I told you that you could run great sounding in-ear mixes for your 5-piece band and pay less than €200 or dollars for it in total? Intrigued? Then let's take a look at it. I'm Matt with Mixing Pixels, where we teach audio through video. The Behringer Powerplay P2 is what they call an ultra-compact personal in-ear monitor amplifier, or short, a tiny IEM system. It's a battery-powered belt pack that takes a wired connection directly from your sound mixer or your stage box. The P2 has 150 reviews on Sweetwater, over 1,000 reviews on Thomann, and nearly 5,000 reviews on Amazon, and all showing a near 5-star rating at the time of recording this video. Why? Because it's that good. Personally, I've been using this little box for over a year now, mostly playing guitar. But I have many friends who have been using them for many more years, playing numerous shows, both with instruments and singing. Today, we're taking a look at 4 points around the Behringer P2. First, what comes in the box. Second, sound quality and price. Third, portability and the battery life. And fourth, pros and cons. What comes in the box? The system comes in a small cardboard box. It has the Powerplay P2 in it and a user manual. The box? That's definitely not some kind of premium case or anything that you will be using to bring your P2 with you. But you might not even need that. The P2 is sturdy and has a metal housing which slides off if you need to change the AAA batteries with a locking mechanism. It features a metal belt buckle piece that's integrated into the housing, so there's no chance of it slipping off mid-gig or growing legs. It has a Neutrik combo jack connector that takes XLR cables, 1/4-inch TRS, or regular 1/4-inch jack cables. And it also has a push lever to remove the cable so it won't accidentally disconnect on its own. Lastly, on the top, it has a volume knob that shuts the system off if turned all the way to the left, and a 3.5mm headphones connector for your in-ears. Here are a few things you should consider additionally buying in case you don't already have them. Rechargeable AAA batteries to reduce cost in the long run. Sound quality and price. While sound quality is depending on a lot of factors like the quality of your headphones, EQing, the gain staging, and so on, I can say this little system sounds extremely solid. I used a 3-driver custom in-ear from ClearTune monitors, and in my opinion, especially the high and mid frequencies are really present. I do think if you played bass or drums, you may feel that it's lacking a little bit of a punch in the low end. However, you could always add some extra low frequencies to your overall mix EQ. As I said at the beginning of this video, I used a wireless Sennheiser IEM G3 system for many years before that. And especially for the volume, the P2 is definitely quieter. What I mean is if the overall system gain is on the lower side, you may find yourself having to turn up the P2 quite a bit to get the sufficient volume, especially with good headphones. I never had this problem with the Sennheiser wireless system, especially because this has a lot of settings to accompany for that. That's definitely not a deal breaker for me though, because you can work around it by simply asking your sound engineer to boost your overall mix. The Behringer Powerplay P2 goes for around $30 to $35 or euros. And you might be able to get it for even less on a sale, like I did with this one. I think we paid around €22. If I had to compare the sound quality between the P2 and my Sennheiser, I'm not gonna lie to you and say they are exactly the same. But I have not been let down by the P2. And especially if I can sacrifice not having to be wireless in smaller venues, it's really not that big of a difference in experience, as long as other factors like gain levels and my monitor mix are dialed in well. Keep in mind, I paid about 26 times the amount for my Sennheiser. portability, and battery life. Here is the real game changer for me with this system. It's tiny and so simple. Yeah, it's shaped kind of like a cube, but hey, it's smaller than my phone, no receiver, no transmitter, it's all in one. That means I can just throw it in my backpack or my guitar bag or even in my pocket and just bring it to my gig, no matter how much space I have left. E would probably say, if you're like me, you're gonna bring another one in case someone needs it. Once you're at the gig, you just plug it in and voila, you have sound in your ears. No setup, no antenna connections, no RF signal range checking, no squelch settings, no rack mounting, or worrying about someone bumping into your transmitter and breaking your expensive gear. With the P2, you have literal plug and play experience. If you go mono, which is probably the most common way to do it if you do not have your own sound rig, then all you need is an XLR cable that is long enough to reach from you to the stage box. If the venue uses floor monitors, you may very well be just able to ask the sound tech to use that connection for your P2. If you do that, do make sure that you remove any EQ that has been on that monitor channel. You don't need any power supply with the P2. Just have some spare AAA batteries with you and you'll be more than fine. The batteries last for about 6 to 8 hours. I have not tried them with rechargeable batteries like Enelope or anything like that, but my past experience with battery-driven gear tells me that usually you have a little bit more battery life with regular alkaline non-rechargeable batteries. And the battery indicator light at the top lets you know in case the batteries are running low by switching from green to red. Pros and cons. First, let's go through the things that I don't like about the P2, or at least things that I would consider a con. It's not wireless. So for singers and musicians who dance or go off stage, this could be a deal breaker. Also, if you feel that running cables, too especially if you're running in stereo, could be a big issue. It runs on batteries and is not rechargeable. I find that a bit tricky though, because I usually am more worried with rechargeable units that then die mid-show and cannot be recharged in the moment. But I get that having to buy batteries for every couple of shows or rehearsals is a bit of a downer. I will say that I'm pretty used to having batteries with me, even from using my old Sennheiser. If you don't move at all like a drummer, or you don't really like the belt pack style in-ear systems, there isn't really any other way to carry it. For some of these disadvantages that obviously come from the simplicity and the size of this model, there could be a good alternative in the slightly bigger sibling Behringer P1. You can check our review video about this in the description. Now let's get to the pros, the reasons why I bought it and like it, and why I use it instead of my €1,000 Sennheiser IEM system. It's insanely cheap. Come on, $35 or less that isn't just made of plastic and fits right in your pocket. Delivers great sound anywhere on stage as long as the cable reaches. Runs on batteries and doesn't need any further connections. That's crazy! I think it's safe to say that if you were starting from scratch with your band's rehearsal room, you wouldn't even get floor monitors for this kind of money. So why do I use it instead of my Sennheiser? It's not smaller than the belt pack of my old Sennheiser, but with the P2, I don't have to bring any transmitter or any antennas, worry about RF signal, bring any power cables. With the P2, it's just easy, plug and play, and I waste no time. Especially nice for the sound tech. I don't worry about dropping it, breaking it, losing it, or even lending it to a friend. And I can even afford a spare one. I want to be honest and answer the question that you may be thinking about since the beginning of this video. Do I still use my old Sennheiser, or would I sell it now that I have the P2? I still have and use the Sennheiser wireless system, and I do not plan on selling it. So when do I still bring my expensive gear instead? There's a couple of situations where I would still bring my Sennheiser wireless system. For example, when I really want to be wireless, or if I have gigs where we have our own rig, in a rack, ready connected. In which case, it is faster and a one-to-one experience from rehearsal to show. It's incredibly nice to have. But honestly, if I didn't already have it, I'm not sure if I would feel the need to invest another grand into a new one. Would I sell my Sennheiser and maybe buy a cheaper wireless in-ear system? Probably not. I never had good experiences with cheap wireless in-ear systems in the past. That was one of the main reasons why I spent a lot of money on this one. But hey, convince me otherwise. So, is the Behringer P2 perfect? No. But it's incredibly versatile, small, affordable, and sounds extremely well for a system under 35 bucks. If you've used the P2 or you have a better wired or wireless solution, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear what's working for you. And hey, if you still don't use in-ear monitors and you think they're from the devil and take away everything that you love about doing live music, take a look at our video about why you should use in-ear monitors. Then give the P2 a go after that. They're a great and affordable way to get started in the world of in-ears. And remember, great sound is always within your reach.